gentlemen, the champ is here, the champ is here, the champ is here. You took a long man to the head, the champ is here, the champ is here, the champ is here.
His opponent, coming out of the red corner, weighing in 154.6 pounds, fighting from Davenport, Iowa, Jason Showtime Phillips.
Nice left hook to the body from Phillips.
You were tuned in to G5Jefftv. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button as you come on in. I got my little bro here with me. Like, this ain't even like a guest. Like, this is family as far as I'm concerned, man. Junior welterweight out of Iowa, my bro, Jason Phillips. What's going on, bro?
How much, man? How you doing?
Everything cool, man. Listen, huge victory this past Saturday.
Yeah.
In your neck of the woods. Just off top, man. How does it feel to get back in the win column?
Man, it was a unreal feeling because, like, I trained so hard for that fight. That was probably the hardest I've trained since, like, amateurs.
Wow.
I went into that fight without a doubt in my mind I'm going to win. I wasn't worried about stamina or any injuries. Just wasn't nervous. Just great all around.
Who helped you get ready for the fight?
Chino, Jamie Delaney, Fred Thomas, Travis Thomas, Robert Calvin. Yeah.
Okay, you had the whole team with you, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know this was a huge fight for you. You was going into the fight 1-2, and this fight it really just, I know it was more personal than anything else because I know you was going through a lot, outside of the ring. How was your confidence going into the fight?
My confidence was sky high, man. I know I put the work in and the training right, so I wasn't worried about nothing at all. Wasn't worried about his power because people kept on saying he hit hard and stuff like that, and I wasn't worried at all because I knew what I had to do. I took care of business.
Yeah, and your opponent, he fights at a higher weight than you normally. What made you take the fight at the higher weight? Did you just want to just get back in there?
Yeah, I wanted to get back in there ASAP. I wanted to be active. I didn't want to dwell on the loss. I just wanted to get right back in there.
Now, coming off of the Lance Williams fight, big shout out to Layham Down Williams too. That's family for sure.
Yeah, that's still bro.
Yes, indeed. What did you learn from that fight inside of the ring, like that you took to this fight this past Saturday?
Patience was a big one that I learned. I watched me and Lance fight so many times, and I looked at what I was doing, what he was doing, and took little notes and stuff. Like, patience was a big factor in that fight.
Yeah, and it looked like the fight this past Saturday, it looked like you did a lot of stab jab into the belly. A lot of stab jabs up and down, and that's and for the people that don't know, I'm from Philly. Like, that's a Philly shot right there, and I tell people all the time.
Pointing out from Tevin Farmer.
Absolutely, big shout out to Tevin Farmer, man. And the thing that's crazy, when I tell people about you, I said I don't know how far he's gonna go. I said, but his style reminds me of a Philly style. It looked like you went into your Tevin Farmer bag for this fight, man. You had any Tevin Farmer takes queued up?
Yeah, man. I always watch him, Floyd, and Tank most of the time. And all three of them love the jab and the twos to the body. And if I wasn't throwing punches and I was looking for openings, I was always making sure my jab or that jab to the body was pumping every second.
I would say probably about maybe over 50% of your shots were to the body.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a big focus going into the fight?
Yeah, that was my game plan. Ever since I turned pro, I always wanted to work on throwing more body shots, and I always work on it, but I don't always implement it in actual fights. But this fight, I wanted to make sure I did it, and I for sure did that.
And with your opponent being the bigger guy, did you have any tape on him going into the fight, or you really didn't care?
I didn't care, but I still checked, just so I knew exactly what I was having to deal with. Because I know
Right.
he's a bigger guy. He's a experienced veteran MMA guy. So I wanted to see what he did when people throw punches at him. And he shelled up a lot when people throw combinations and jabs at him. And that's what I just took from it and did what I did.
The reason I asked that question is because I've had this conversation with guys that Cruz, Hitman, Stewart, Robert Calvin, guys like that. When you face an MMA guy, they'll take headshots all day long, but body shots, they're not used to it. So they'll train and they think that they're ready for them body shots, but when you consistently go to the body, you're really sapping their air and their energy. Was your focus going to the body? Was part of that because he's an MMA fighter and that's kind of the reputation that they have?
Not really. It was more of just I know body shots can break a lot of people down. Like no matter how many abs they got, how big they are, body shots can break someone down. So like during the whole first round, I wanted to throw as many body shots as I could, and coming into the second round, I could tell he was already starting to feel the effect of them. He was breathing heavier, and every body shot I threw at him, I could see him just take a deep breath or so. So
yeah, and it looked like during the fight he was trying to really only thing he was really throwing was a jab and a sweeping left hook, that real wide left hook that he was throwing. You pulled a couple Tevin Farmer dips off of that wide left hook too, but it was good to see you get the victory. Especially with you can't lose with the misses and the baby there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta perform. You know what I'm saying? Definitely gotta perform. What's next for you in terms of like what weight class you want to fight in? I know this one was a little heavier than what you wanted, but it was a specific circumstance. Like if it was up to you, what weight class are you looking at?
The way camp was last time, I could probably get down to 35. So next fight, looking at 35 to 40.
You know what? I used to talk about that with Mike Patterson all the time. Big shout out to Mike Patterson, man. And I used to say, I'm like, Jay would be a killer at 135. He would be an absolute machine at 135 because you look big in the 150s on Saturday. Because when I seen the opponent, right, I was like, wait a minute. I said he fought T Woods. I was like, he fought T Woods, and I was just like, I was like, damn. I said, what weight class is this fight happening at? So when I seen it, I was just like, all right, well, Jay should be the quicker fighter, quicker feet. He just can't get caught with a shot. Did you feel like you just go in there and just outbox him, just stay within yourself?
Yeah, I knew what I had to do. I even struggled to make weight. I had to struggle to gain weight to make it. Yeah.
What was it, 154?
Yeah, 154.
Wow, that's crazy. But you know what though? In boxing, when you coming off of a loss, like people will throw all types of offers at you that is inconvenient. They'll tell you, hey, we got to fight for you down at 130, knowing damn well you just fought at like 147, like 154. They'll come at you with things like that. And with higher weights as well. But I know coming off of the Lance fight, I knew you had a lot to prove. Now, did you feel like you had more to prove to other people or more to yourself coming in?
I want to say a little bit of both. A little bit of both. Yeah, I had a lot of outside people talking, and I usually don't let things like outside, like people talking, affect me or nothing. But this was like just getting a little too much. So myself, I always battle with myself mentally. I always try to feel like I can do better, and what I know I can do, and what I'm actually doing So
Yeah, because you literally came off of it's almost like a civil war, almost like it's almost like fighting a family member in the backyard. Like,
yeah,
that's how I felt when just watching you fight Lance Williams. Me personally, I'm on record. I didn't like the fight. I didn't want to see the fight because I'm cool with both of y'all.
yeah,
But it seemed like you became a better fighter because of it, not only because of the result,
hmm
but it seemed like your mentality was a lot different going into this fight. Like it looks like you had the mentality, like, you know what, win or lose, I'm gonna let them hands go, and
yeah,
just go from there. Was that kind of the mindset going in?
yeah. I have a problem with being more aggressive, and after that loss, something clicked and was like, man, something has to change. And I wouldn't say I've been fighting angry, but I've been fighting with a different mentality.
You look pissed off in there, man.
Yeah,
That's a good thing. You look kind of pissed off, man. Like I was them left hooks to the body, man. I was like, whoa. I was like, you throwing them like you bet on a knockout or something. I said, oh man,
I was trying to get him out of there, but
they
was
hard. Them MMA
yeah,
fighters hard to get out.
yeah, they tough.
They are extremely hard to get out of there. Um, how long after a fight? How long do you take off like before you jump back into the gym? Just you personally.
Usually I take about like a week or two, just get back on the work schedule.
Hmm.
But not this time. I'm right back to it.
Right back
Right
to
back
it.
to it.
How important has the family been? I know you got a family at home and everything, and I know you went through a lot as far as just the talk and the buzz. I don't think people realize how big of a buzz it was in the city for your last fight.
Hmm.
And I know your brother was in the audience, and that was a big reason why you took the fight to begin with.
Yeah.
How big has your family been in getting through the Lance fight and just getting you prepared for this one?
They're big support, man. They support me no matter what. After the loss, they were like, "You're gonna bounce back. You're gonna do better." And right there, buying tickets and coming, showing up early, staying late, helping me out in the gym every time.
Yeah, and I know once you said Chino helped you get ready, I'm pretty sure you was ready. He's one of the biggest
Yeah,
gym rats I know. Like
yeah,
he the only dude I know to be doing lives from the sauna and shit. Like I'm
yeah.
like he
Be in the
really
gym
be.
4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, early, up, getting it.
And the thing about that is it's not even being in love with the results, it's being in love with the grind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the most important thing about it. Now going forward, I know we talked a little bit pre-camera.
Hmm.
Would you like to get in the ring before the year is out, or are
Yeah.
you looking to take the rest of the year off?
I want to get back in there ASAP. ASAP. Yeah.
Kind of ride the momentum a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's huge too because a lot of times guys get a victory and
And just
they
get
either
comfortable.
they just get comfortable and they just they sit around and they sit on the victory and the longer you sit around in this business, you get forgotten really really
Get passed
quick.
by. Yep.
Absolutely, you get passed by really really quick. But Iowa's in a really good space right now. And I tell different people that, and they don't be trying to hear that. And I'm like, listen, I'm like,
On
Iowa
the
is
rise.
is on the rise. You have yourself, Robert Calvin, you got Pacino Hill. Um, even though Tree came off of a loss, but his previous fight, he defeated a guy that was 6-0, 5 knockouts.
Hmm.
Um, Lance Lamb Down Williams is making big moves.
Yeah.
Mr. Ramsey just won the Golden Glove.
Yeah. Shout
We
out to
got a
him.
big shout out to him and that whole team. So Iowa's in a really, really good space right now. How does it feel to be a part of just that
Feels
that mixed period?
it feels great because before Iowa boxing was so dead. We're having shows like twice a year, but now we're having shows like almost every other month. Man, it's crazy. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
And you wouldn't, me being in Philly, it's amazing to see because we have, one promoter that's really putting on for the city. But if you ask any boxing fan, like who puts on more shows on a regular basis, is it Iowa or Philly? Everybody would say Philly, but it's actually not true.
It's Iowa, yeah.
It's actually Iowa. You know what I'm saying? Between boxing and even if you want to sprinkle in the MMA fights, Iowa probably puts on twice as many actual combat sports cards
Oh,
than
we've been stepping our game up for sure.
absolutely. Absolutely. So it's one of those things where, you try to ride the momentum, off of this victory. Well, I know you got to make some phone calls.
Yeah.
You got to make
Yeah.
some phone calls after this in terms of your next assignment.
Yeah.
We'll say that for another video. But it was good to see you. You look comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You look comfortable in the ring. Because to be honest, I didn't know what to expect coming off of the Lance fight. I didn't know if you were gonna come in kind of just trying to get the guy out of there. I didn't know if he was gonna be out of character, a little reckless. I really didn't know. And we talk all the time. So somebody that don't know you, they probably was really thinking like, I don't know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you kind of let everybody know what you're capable of doing?
Yeah. After the last fight, like not my last fight, but the fight with Lance, like after the loss, people are talking and like starting to like lose hope in me and whatnot. But after that last fight, I woke a lot of people back up.
Yeah. It was just a lot of talk after the Lance fight, and
Yeah. A lot of speculations
a
too.
lot of talk, a lot of speculation and things like that. And it's two ways to handle that. And I told you this off camera. Like I'm like, you can combat it with more talk, or you can just have some success and then come back to the table. And that's exactly what you've done. So it was just good to see you inside of the ring. It was good to see you just still fight your type of fight. You didn't let the outside noise affect you inside of the ring. And you a boxing fan like I am. You see that happen all the time.
Mm-hmm.
In boxing, people take their emotions inside of the ring and it gets them hurt, it gets them knocked out, it gets them a loss. It gets them a loss for sure, man. But listen, I am not going to hold you anymore. We will definitely talk again soon. Hopefully you'll be back in the ring before the year is out, man. But just give them your social media real quick. Give me your social media real quick.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter is just Jason Phillips. Same thing for every three. Yeah, that's it.
Hey man, it was a pleasure talking to you, man. I appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your real busy schedule to come holler at me, man. But on behalf of G5Jefftv and my guy Jason Phillips, we are out.